So, are you tired of running out of time in your IELTS reading test or struggling with tricky questions like true, false, not given? Then this video is for you. As today, I've brought 10 expert IELTS reading tips straight from the official test makers and teacher training manuals for IELTS from IDB, Cambridge, and British Council. And I've thoroughly studied and compiled these super valuable tips from these training guides and official books. So watch this video till the end to learn these powerful and real exam strategies so you can finally approach your IELTS reading test with confidence. Hi, my name is Haq. I'm an internationally certified English language teacher from Canada with over 8 years of experience. My specialization is test preparation. And on this channel, my goal is to help you achieve your target band score with easy tips and strategies to nail your IELTS exam. But before we dig into the 10 tips from the official test makers, I would like to publish a disclaimer that I'm not affiliated with IDB, Cambridge, British Council, and any official IELTS test provider. The tips shared in this video are based on publicly available materials and my personal experience as an IELTS educator, compiled only to help students better understand these test strategies. Alright, so without further ado, let's dig in. So tip number 1 is build an academic reading habit. Now, why is this important? Because to boost your reading speed and comprehension, you need to read authentic English texts daily. Choose academic level sources like the BBC, The Guardian, BBC News, National Geographic, or Wikipedia's featured articles. This builds the exact type of vocabulary and reading structure you'll see in the IELTS reading test. Set aside at least 30 to 45 minutes each day to read and aim to do at least 2 to 3 full practice tests from the official sources like Cambridge or IDP material. Okay, tip number 2. So you need to read the questions first to understand what you're searching for. So always read the questions before you start reading the passage. This tells your brain exactly what to look for so you don't waste time. If you're taking the test on a computer, you can use the highlighter tool or note feature to mark keywords in the questions. It's like setting your brain's GPS before you start driving. Okay. Tip number 3, skim first and then scan. Now, this is a very important skill that you need to build. So don't just dive into the detail. Skim the passage first under 2 minutes to understand the main idea of the passage, just to get the gist. Don't worry about the details and unknown words. Then go back to the questions and scan for specific details in the paragraphs to find the answers. Skimming is like, it kind of gives you a map, and scanning helps you locate the treasure. Tip number 4, don't use your knowledge. So IELTS doesn't care what you already know, only what's written in the text is important. For example, if you know that smoking is harmful in the passage says some researchers believe it has mild benefits in rare cases, that's the answer you go for. Stay objective and don't use your knowledge. Stick to the passage. Answer based on what's written and ignore your own opinions or background knowledge. By the way, if you're finding this video helpful so far, remember to give it a like and subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so that you're notified every time I publish a new video related to another IELTS topic. So coming back to our powerful tips for reading strategies. So the next tip is tip number 5, and this is about spelling, plurals, and hyphens. So be careful with plurals and hyphens and spelling especially. Spelling really matters a lot. If you copy a word from the passage but the spelling is wrong, it's going to be marked incorrect. Also be careful with plurals and hyphens. Trees isn't the same as tree. So trees written as a plural is very different from tree as a singular. So if you get them wrong, you will lose your marks. Also, hyphens being well known. If the passage has a hyphen in a word, you need to write it too. Also be mindful of American spelling, like color versus COLOUR in British spelling. Most of the passages are going to be in British English, so it's good to stick to the British spelling. Tip number 6, understand the main idea. So some questions test your overall understanding, like matching headings, choosing a title, or identifying the author's purpose. To prepare, highlight the first sentence of each paragraph. That usually is a topic sentence, and it gives you the gist of what the paragraph is about. Tip number 7, highlight key details. So as you read, look out for names, numbers, and dates, and mark them as you read. That way, if the question asks something like, when did the project start? You already know exactly where to look. So you can circle names, numbers, and dates, which helps with detailed-based questions. They kind of act like visual bookmarks. Tip number 8, label diagrams accurately. So if a question asks you to label a diagram, the words you need will be in the passage, and they must be copied exactly. Don't paraphrase or reword. So use exact words from the passage and don't paraphrase or reword. Tip number 9, skip and return later. If a passage is taking too long or you're unable to find the answer, then skip it and come back to it later. On the computer-based test, use the flag for review option to mark it, and you'll see it on the navigation panel later. Remember, there is no negative marking, so always attempt every question, even if it's just a guess. You may just get the mark you need. Tip number 10. In paper-based IELTS, you don't get extra time to transfer your answers in reading like you do in listening. So write directly on the answer sheet that you're provided with, and in the computer-based, type directly into the boxes. The information will be auto-saved. And finally, for the last bonus tip for management strategy, so here's how to divide your 16 minutes wisely. For the passage 1, which is easiest, 15 minutes should be allotted. For passage 2, which is a bit moderate, you can give 20 minutes. And for passage 3, which is the hardest, keep aside at least 25 minutes. This leaves you a buffer to check skipped questions or fix spellings, helps you avoid rushing in the final passage, and leaves you time to review skipped questions, and trains your pace and reduces test day panic. So congratulations, finally you have mastered the 10 very useful tips that help you achieve, hopefully help you a bit more with your preparation. Yeah, so this is a recap of the 10 strategies that we learned today. You can take a screenshot or download the PDF in the description box below that I'm linking. And if you found this video helpful, remember to like and subscribe. See you in the next one. Take care. Have a good day.